Oh, there you are, YouTube. Doodle, subscribe. Alright, folks, let's do a random ranking. Let's go to my movie collection behind me and pick out 3 movies at random with my eyes closed. I know I've been saying this for a while, but I really need to restock over here because the collection is getting a little thin. My wife says she's interested in doing that, but it's just finding the time. It has gotten warmer in our area, so we do feel those spring cleaning vibes. I think it's just once the upstairs, the main level, once that is clean, then we will move down here to do some cleaning. So I think that's when this will be restocked, and probably in alphabetical order, which means I'm gonna have to change some of the ways in which I do random rankings. But all of that to say, let's pick 3 movies. Alright. I'm going to see if I can get some down here. I think I'm going to pick 3 next to each other. Oh, do I have any? 1, 2, 3. Okay. I think I felt a slipcase. I think I feel one that probably came from Hollywood Video. Oh, wow. Okay. Project X. So I have a lot of R-rated movies. I was always allowed to watch anything when I was a kid that I didn't have restrictions. I think it was because my parents were so young when they had me. They were like, I don't want this kid getting in the way of what I want to watch, so they just let me watch it too, right? And then if I wanted to watch something, I think it was just kind of like, well, he watches what we watch, so he can watch whatever he wants. So I never had any restrictions growing up. My wife did. She had, I think, maybe to wait, like PG-13. I think she had to wait till she was 13 or something. I don't know. I don't know if that's fully true, but I know growing up for her was very different than the way I grew up when it came to movie consumption. I could watch anything. And again, I have a lot of R-rated movies here. I even have Salo, that Criterion film. I have that. I haven't watched it yet, but I have it. But after watching this movie, which my wife won at trivia, I said, this is the one movie I will be hiding from my kids. I do not want my kids to get any ideas from this film. Like, it's so incredibly, I don't even know, I don't have the thesaurus, the mind, to come up with a word for what this is. It's like terrifying, I guess. I was a pretty mild kid, and after watching this, it just reminded me when I went to Myrtle Beach after I graduated. Me and my buddies took our, I guess, a senior trip. You know, we drove over to Myrtle Beach. We live in Illinois, so that was pretty far. And I just witnessed a giant night full of sin. And I had never seen anything like that before in my life, coming from a rural small town. And it was just like, it made me feel sick at night. I remember being in the hotel room just like feeling ill at what I had just seen around me. I didn't even like partake in what was happening. Things were happening to me, and I was like, I can't believe. It was just the most wild experience ever. And then seeing this movie, I guess, gave me flashbacks to that. And I always said, this is the movie we're not showing the kids. We are hiding this movie. We are hiding this movie. Very good though. But yeah. I don't want my kids seeing this until they're adults. Full-on adults. Oh, here we have a movie with some fine editing in it. It's always being praised for its editing. Great, like dystopian, right? That would be the right word for that. Sci-fi-ish type stuff happening, medical sci-fi film here. I remember there was like some backlash against this movie after a while, people calling it like a high quality student film because they're using every trick in the book, you know, like it's like they took a formal film analysis class and then made this movie. But I don't know, I think that's fine. I don't have any problem with that, using all these visually interesting techniques and cramming your film with them. I mean, we still like Citizen Kane. Sure, it was like a more like groundbreaking, revolutionary sort of example of that, but you know, we've seen everything at this point, or things beyond that, and we still like Citizen Kane. So, does that mean you only like Citizen Kane because it was a game changer? Like, you don't like the movie itself, you only like that it changed the game? See, I feel like this movie is not changing the game when it comes to cinematography and mise-en-scène, but it it it's visually interesting. So, you know, I think you can like it as a movie, just like you can like Citizen Kane as a movie, not just because of its impact. That's, I think, the word I was looking for. Impact. Do you only like Citizen Kane because of the impact, or do you like it as a movie? Because I think it's a good movie, too. So, yeah. I guess that's all I had to say. I like this movie. Here's a movie that I found very dull, The Good Shepherd, but I watched this when I was in college, you know, hyped, just, you know, I don't know. It wasn't the right time in my life to watch something like this, and I need to rewatch it, because maybe I would like it today, now that I'm older, more mature. Maybe it would be for me, because I just found the pacing of this film incredibly slow, incredibly difficult to get into, and it just was like, okay, this is not a movie for me. Plus, I don't know how much I even like spy movies. Larry King called it the best spy movie ever. Wasn't this directed by De Niro? Yeah, right there. Directed by Robert De Niro. Joe Pesci came out of retirement to have a little bit in this. Was he retired at the time? I think he was. And then he just popped in for a little bit. Had a very racist scene. Let's see. What else do we got? I don't know. I remember it being very slow and being like, I'm having trouble getting into this, but now I feel like I am older. I know I'm older. And maybe more mature to take on this movie. So I should watch it again. But with the experience I do have with it, and I think I've watched it twice actually, because I was like, wait a second, I want to give this another shot. And still didn't like it. The Godfather of CIA movies is what it says on the back. That's what Kyle Smith of the New York Post said. So people are really liking this movie, but I did not. So what are we going to do here? One of the most affecting films I've ever seen. A film so affecting that I said, we're not showing this to the kids. Or a well-crafted film. Here, you know. Sometimes I have to... This is the balance that I got to do. And this is just the movie at the end. Well-crafted film that I think is good. I really like it. Or do we have a very affecting film that was a difficult watch because I was thinking, someday I'm going to have kids, and when I do, I can't let them see this movie. Like, it was the first time I've ever thought that. Like, I never thought that when I saw Human Centipede 2. So what am I going to do here? Well-crafted. Okay, you know what? I think this movie, I feel like, was pretty believable until the end, when they were like, I think they had sort of an American Graffiti moment where they would like pause on people and be like, this is what happened to this person. I feel like there was one kid in the movie that was over the top, whatever his future was like. And I was like, see, this had a grounded, sure, it was like huge, some of the things that were happening, but like a silliness, I guess is the word I'm looking for. A silliness happened at the end when they were describing one of the characters, and I was just kind of like, that took me out of the film. I was buying into everything, really invested, really buying into that movie. And then that part happened, and then I was just like, you just threw me out of the film right at the very end. You almost had me the whole way through. It was that kid from, I think he's in Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl. Whatever his future holds, I can't remember. I was just like, come on. And then, so yeah, I think what I'm going to do is say Children of Men, then Project X, even though I find this movie incredibly affecting, and then The Good Shepherd. So, this is my ranking. Children of Men, Project X, and The Good Shepherd. Have you seen these movies? And if so, what do you think of them? And if you've seen all three of them, how would you rank them? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below, and perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.